Go.
Kyle, you can't go to bed yet. You didn't solve the murder.
Tired, dude.
But you didn't solve the murder.
Well,
who is the
there's
subs?
nothing that somebody was. Oh wait, I guess somebody totally was murdered.
Yeah,
The
we solved
flute
that,
is
bud.
my ears. Well, you solved it, didn't you?
Yeah, but who do you think it was?
The one who talked really slowly in the southern accent.
Oh, she's dead. She
Oh,
can't kill herself.
I mean, how do you know? Well, I guess you wouldn't have solved the mystery.
Ew. Well, have a good night, Kyle.
Yeah. Right.
No, you have to say yeah, night in the southern accent.
Yeah, night.
Have a good night.
Good
Yeah,
night.
this is. I guess not a lot of people could show up tonight.
Yeah, I was like wondering, maybe tomorrow.
I guess Justin's. Let me speculate what people are doing instead. Justin's playing. Did Persona 3 Reload come out yet? Because if it did, he's totally playing that.
I think he says it's coming out next week.
Okay, then he's like reading all about it on Twitter, and that's why he's not here. And then, and then Michael is playing Pal World.
Mhm.
Carl is customizing his car. Andrew's playing Pal World, and I know that for a fact because it says that on his thing. And then Lissa is let's see what she be doing. She's doing some science at home, not at work. She's doing science at home. And then Emoto is let's see, what would she be doing? She's watching Digimon the movie featuring Less Than Jake.
I was gonna say all the small things. No, wait, that's not Less Than Jake.
That's Blink-182. That's like the same era, I guess. Like, yeah,
they're
late
about
90s.
they're about the same. Like they're the
The
same
members
style
would be the
band.
same age,
Yeah.
yeah, kind of same generation, but they're from opposite coasts, though.
Literally, yeah. Oh yeah, P3 Reload is coming out literally next Friday.
And yeah, like I said, the reason Justin's not here is because he's reading all the tweets about it.
Everyone got to glow up. Does this mean that we can hit on everyone, including Junpei?
I haven't followed anything that's happening with that game. I hope that toilets have the same effects that they did in the original game, and they haven't like changed that.
What's the toilets do?
Like if you're sick in Persona 3 and you use the toilet, your condition can improve.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like the thing to always do. It's like just like poop constantly in that game, hoping that your condition gets better.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're tired or sick in that game, then your characters like get knocked down more easily and they miss more often. Which was like an annoying feature, but getting to poop was like great. One my friend in Japan like sent me like a video called like toilets in Persona 3 versus Persona 5, where it's like in Persona 5 going to the bathroom, all it does is just like reveal like how close your stats might be to leveling up, like your knowledge and guts and whatever.
Oh.
Which is like kind of like underwhelming. And the video makes fun of that. And then in Persona 3, it's like your condition is great and it's like really satisfying.
Really nice. Take a really satisfying poop.
Yeah, so that's, you know, life lessons from Persona 3. When in doubt, take a really satisfying poop.
No, I'm not laughing at that comment. I'm laughing at I'm looking at Persona 3 Reloads like on the Atlas official website, and literally one of the Fuka screenshots has a very sus line. She says, "I'm a little nervous since it's my first time, but I'll follow your lead."
Oh, yeah, I'm sure people are gonna have fun with that line.
No context whatsoever.
Right. Really, she's just talking about like baking cookies or something like totally innocent.
Well, she's in the room with everyone, so it's like it's probably the screen cap where you recruit her after she reveals her persona and all that stuff. Spoilers.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
I saw a thing on YouTube where people can make YouTube polls, and they're asking like who's the best Persona protagonist, and like overwhelmingly the support was for the Persona 3 protagonist, which I thought was interesting.
Mhm.
I mean, they're all silent protagonists and they act as you do in the game, but like
quote unquote silence, because in the actual anime and everything they are actually very talkative.
that was my thought. Like the Persona 3 protagonist in the anime was kind of funny. Like I remember it was like a bit like over and over again throughout the movies where like Junpei would get too close to him and be like Chikai, which means you're too close.
Mm-hmm.
The Persona 3's protagonist was like the most like blunt and aloof of the protagonists. But I haven't seen the Persona 5 anime, so
I mean, I thought you've seen the Persona 4 anime. I thought that one
yeah,
was more,
I have. Yeah,
yeah, because like that like you Narakami was more trolly answers per se. I can't say about Persona 5 at all, because again, like I haven't seen the anime either. Ugh.
yeah. I mean, I think Justin, like, he's still of the view that Persona 3 is the best in the series, which is, it's an interesting argument to make, I guess.
Which would you
Persona
say?
3 does have like the paranormal stuff in that game. Like it does have a very interesting story, and like all the story plot-based missions in it are cool. It's just like I said, the things that hinder it for me are several of the social links are very filler, especially the ones at the school, which don't even have like voiced characters in that game. And then kind of combat being outdated compared to the follow-up games, like with like party members being like automatic, and then the thing about Tartarus being such repetitive gameplay.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, like, yeah, I think that was the first Persona game to really go into full 3D. So yeah, there was like that. And yeah, there was a lot of that. I say, like, at least with terms of story, I mean, I don't want to say too much about Persona 5 because it's incomplete at the moment for me. But I still say, like, I don't know. There's something about Persona 3 that just feels lackluster. Like, I get the dark tone. It's still a good story and everything. And this is not counting Persona 3 Reload specifically, because I want to go with the base games for all of them. I say, at the very least, Persona 4 was more interesting to me, because I think like a lot more of the characters got more time to shine. Really, I don't know. I don't know. It's like some of the characters in, I don't feel like PS3 fleshed out enough of the characters to make me like them enough, kind of thing. And
I like the
P4 did
party
more.
members in 3 a lot, actually.
I
3 had great
yeah.
party members. It's just that in the base game, like, not counting Portable where you can play as the female protagonist, it
Yeah.
is a bummer that the male party members do not have social links. Especially considering that the social links that were for those arcanas in the base game were like pretty uninteresting.
I thought that Portable, you could social link with the males and get into a relationship with them.
Yeah, if you're the female character,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, that's what I mean.
But my thing is about the main base game.
Oh, you mean the main base?
The male party members do not have social links at all in the main original Persona 3.
I mean, here's the thing, Kyle. Like, would you actually get Persona 3 Reload? I mean, it's like not right away, obviously, because you have Persona 5 and all that stuff. But at some point, would you get Persona 3 Reload?
I'd have to think about it. I think if anything, I'd just be more likely to like watch Justin play it or something, considering like if I want to play Persona 3, I could just pull out my PS2 copy of the game and play that,
The Justin will argue, but Kyle, that's already inferior to the superior Reload.
Yeah, he'd be like, it's so flawed, man. And I'm like, you didn't say that back in like 2015 in the dorms, man.
It's also that the Switch version is not even like out, and they know they're gonna consider it, but there's heavy rumors that they're gonna wait till the Switch 2 or whichever it
Oh,
is
I
gonna be
didn't know
announced.
it wasn't coming to Switch at first.
It's not officially coming to a Switch. There's no confirmation. The only report is that there have been no current plans for a Switch, but they know that they want to go with Switch at some point. And
Mhm.
because of that, there's likely rumors is that if the Switch 2 is as good as they say in terms of processing and everything, it will be a lot easier just to port it over there once everything is done, kind of thing.
Mhm.
So, because like P5 had to be built from the ground up with a lot of limitations on the Switch, somehow. So, yeah, I don't know. If it comes on the Switch, would you get it? Or is still like one of those you would just rather watch Justin play?
I definitely don't intend on getting it like immediately.
Well, yeah, not immediately, but it's like sometime in the future, would you consider it?
I guess I'm very on the fence about it.
Okay. Well, you hear that, Justin? You gotta do more streaming in order to convince Kyle to get it.
Oh wow, yeah, cool. Justin's gonna convince me to buy a game for which he's not gonna see any of that money for himself. Ooh.
I don't get. He's not even sponsored, right? Yeah. If only he was.
Justin works for Atlas and he has for years and we just haven't known it.
He's like, my uncle works at Atlas instead of like my uncle works at Nintendo.
Yeah, right. I think Atlas is based in California, right?
At least USA, I think so. Yeah, California has the most of a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I'm interested to see what quality of life stuff and new stuff they had in P3 Reload. I'm fairly certain they're not going to change any of this. Like, I would say any. No, I mean the main plot points of P3 specifically. But they're probably going to add a lot more stuff in terms of like social linking, add a more like story to the characters and all that stuff. Like, it's like Persona 5 levels of pack stuff. So yeah, who knows?
But I bet you'll still have the most boring month in the game to give Decision some thought.
Which is what again?
It's without spoiling Persona 3 at all, it's like, you know, late in the game when you've like probably finished all your like most of your social links and stuff, like in like December, there's like a big plot twist and basically a character says like you must make the decision that's gonna like ultimately affect whether you get a good ending or a bad ending. And in the comic dub, there's a bit where it's like, you have a very important decision to make, so we'll give you the most boring month in the game to give it some thought. And I'm like, that's completely accurate. That entire month is incredibly boring in the game because it's supposed to be extra padding time, like for players to be able to like either level grind or finish their social links or whatever. But like I was using a guide, so like I already like finished everything, and I'm like, there's nothing to do in this month of the game, and you like kind of like disengage from it because you're just kind of bouncing across days and like skipping stuff because there's like nothing interesting to do during that filler time.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna probably fill it up with something because Atlas is pretty good at like making sure they add a lot of content to a
They
lot
could
of
add
things.
some mini games and stuff to like give the player something interesting to do during that time besides just like go to Tartarus.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's also that. Yeah, I'll see how it is. I hope they keep the. I know. This is a little bit of a spoiler, but it's also notorious for any JRPG people. Persona 3 has one of the longest bosses in all of gaming history. So I'm just like, are they gonna actually cut that down a little bit just to make it easier? Because I know that like Persona 5 is more catered to a lot more casual audience.
There's a game mode for that, yeah, but it is like a, you know, RPG with challenges.
Ew, Nick talking about spoilers for a game that
Yeah,
hasn't
there's
been.
just I guess he stopped reading tweets about Persona 3 Reload.
No, he's reading tweets about Persona 5 now, dude. Spoilers. Wait, which what's the new girl? Kishima?
Kasumi.
Kasumi, yes, that's it. Kasumi. Spoilers on
How is it a
Kasumi.
spoiler if you can't name the character yourself?
Kasumi is the traitor. So close. First try. Yeah, first try. No, Kasumi is the ultimate final boss. Dun dun dun. No. What
Kishima will be a last name.
Kishima. Kasumi Kishima. There we go. But I wonder if they're gonna actually, like, for that final boss, actually, or not final boss, like, as the boss, just, like, actually make it easier. Because, again, it seems that they're gonna go for cater more casual fans, which honestly is the smarter choice to get more people into your series. Because at this point, like, literally at this point, Persona is now the main series outside of Shin Megami. And Shin Megami is the side series, when it's supposed to be reversed.
Yeah, we've talked about it before, where it's like Persona 5 was what kind of made the Persona games more like mainstream, and like a lot of people played that game.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna have to, like, at least to, like, please the newer Persona 5 fan base and stuff, like, they're gonna have to tinker with gameplay a bit and such, so that Tartarus is a bit more interesting for players trying it for the first time, because Persona 3 is a very, like, old school approach to, like, an endless dungeon
Yeah.
that's gonna, like, bore Persona 5 fans to sleep if they keep it the way it was in the original game.
I'm also wondering if they're gonna get rid of the stamina thing, because I know in P3, that's the one thing I really didn't want to play P3 for, is that I sometimes just want to grind for a while. But I know that when I was watching Justin play it, they had like when he was grinding a lot, they would be like, "Oh, I'm so tired," and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I know in P5 you don't get tired. You can beat the dungeon all in one sitting if you want to.
Which I've, like, always done. The stamina thing is annoying, but at the same time, like, if they remove the stamina concept from the game, then it makes pooping less satisfying.
Do not say anything funny while I'm drinking. If you don't have stamina, pooping is less.
Yeah. This is what I was talking about earlier. I was like,
sweet revenge, says Justin.
it's like, where's the satisfaction in pooping if it doesn't increase your raise
you
your
have
condition?
to put that as a quote now. If you don't have any
Sure.
stamina,
And then
pooping.
the part where you followed up with "Don't say anything funny while I'm drinking." Really sad.
But I honestly think I get the idea, but I honestly think, and especially for the sake of the series, like for the how the series is currently going, I think they should get rid of the stamina thing. Like, honestly, I'll find that more annoying for a lot of folks. And especially since, like, I feel like with Persona 5, people would like to get rid of the dungeon fast, like done, and then during the downtime do all the social linking and all that other stuff they want to do. So that's where I'm just like, and a lot of people like the more social aspect. So that's why I'm just like, it might be better just to get rid of that and then just do what P5 did, and just, like, you can do a dungeon in one sitting if you're prepared enough, and social link with everyone every single day kind of thing. Or whatnot, I don't know. One of the images I see for P3 Reload. Help yourself to the snacks as well if you'd like, says Mitsuru. And I know a lot of people be like, I'm seeing a good snack sitting right next to me.
Oh man, Justin's about to analyze the peeing in Persona 3.
What's more satisfying, peeing or pooping? Well, here's the thing. Depends, because, like, I feel most of the time it's pooping because it's a giant dump taking a load everything off, and then it's like, it's so satisfying. But peeing is like when you have to hurry and it's like you have to unload everything. Oh, that's so satisfying.
Late night stream hours because it is past 11.
Yeah, it
Talking
is.
about peeing and pooping.
Because the P in Persona stands for P-Sona. Poop Sona.
That's what I'm gonna call it. P-Sona free reload now.
I guess you find peeing more satisfying.
Poop Sona. I feel like if I call it Poop Sona, people are gonna think that I have like a low opinion of the remake.
No, that's
Like
literally
they're gonna
gonna
think
be
like
it.
I'm insulting the game if I start calling it Poop Sona.
Yeah, we're gonna call it Poop Sona. It's like, do you hate the game? You calling it a piece of crap?
Yeah, so maybe people will be less suspicious if I call it P Sona instead.
But also, that sounds like you're insulting it because you're just saying like, oh, it's a P, or like you're purposely just.
Yeah, but poop is more common to like degrade the quality of something instead of calling it pee.
Or call it Japanese poop. What was it?
Unko.
Unko sona.
It just doesn't work.
Because P3 Protag uses the restroom too quickly to be pooping.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, P5.
P-Sona would be an apt title for talking about the parts of the game that piss you off.
But
Like that one boss with the freaking the roulette wheel. Gosh, hate it.
I don't remember that one, but that sounds familiar. I think I've seen that boss with Justin at one point. But I just remember Justin doing a lot in Persona. I think he also reset it a few times. I don't remember. I'm just wondering. I remember one. This is a random memory of a scene. I don't know if Justin remembers this, but I remember Justin and I. This was like super late, and Justin was playing P3, and then at a spoiler point, I'm not gonna say, there was like it was super late, and we were playing, and it was like Justin was playing, and it was like at this super like spoiler plot point, there was like at this giant building, and this lighting was just was shining it just perfect enough that I instantly thought when I first saw it, it looked like a wedding chapel, and I was like, oh look, someone's getting married. And for life, like, it broke Justin so hard, he just laughed for a while, and it was just like, oh, this is so perfect. And I'm pretty sure it's because he was so tired, he just thought that was the funniest thing he has ever heard in his life. I remember he was like, oh, we play the same joke with everyone during the day, and I made the same joke, and then Justin was like, huh, it was a lot more funny when we were
yeah,
late
nobody
at
found it funny. That's funny.
I don't even know if Justin remembers the exact thing. I know the exact scene. I don't know if Justin remembers the exact thing, unless I have to tell him like through DMs, being like, "Oh, this is it," kind of thing. Because I'm not gonna spoil it. Because again, P3 is coming out, and a lot of people haven't played it. Honestly, I would have never. I would have never known about Persona. Maybe Persona 5 later down the road, but I've never heard of Persona until I met you guys in university.
Yeah, same. I had heard of the games before. I know they had very much a cult following, 3 and 4. Like I remember when I used to look up like game facts for a lot of game guides back in like the late 2000s and stuff. Like because the games are the type that a lot of people want to look at guides for. They were like the top search result on GameFAQs at the time, like when Persona 4 came out. But yeah, I guess if it weren't for discovering in college, I probably would not have known anything about Persona at all until like, say, when going to Japan and meeting my friend who's a fan of the series who showed me a lot of 5.
That makes sense. Yeah, because I think 5... I don't think I would have gotten into 5 or known about 5 until the Smash reveal. I think that would.
And I am not into Smash really anymore, and like I haven't owned a PS4 or 5, so I wouldn't have had a means to play or care about Persona 5 until it came out on the Switch. So
Mm-hmm. Out of curiosity, actually, speaking of that, out of curiosity, Kyle, really quickly, would you consider getting a Switch 2 if it had some games on there that was exclusive to it that you were interested in?
if it was for games, sure. I mean, like it's like how I put off buying a Switch until like 2019
Mm-hmm.
when I was like, oh, I want to play games on this thing and I'll get games and play them. Like, because when I bought my Switch, it was like to reward myself for taking GLPT. But then I bought Mario Odyssey because I was interested in it, and then Final Fantasy X because it had been so many years since I played that game. I was like, oh, I should buy the remaster.
I still need to finish that. I
Yeah, you got to what, the Thunder Plains?
yeah, I did. I think I'm a little bit
The funny
past that
thing
now.
is, you were playing that game because we were going to do a Retrobound podcast episode on it in 2019.
Hey, you know what? I not completely, but I forgot a lot of things that happened early in the half game.
Yeah, you might as well just start over because, like, especially the Thunder Plains part is that like a major plot twist. Well, not really a twist, but like a big plot development that it would be kind of like unfortunate if you forgot about it.
Justin. Ah! Naruhodo.
What is he not a hodoing?
He knows exactly now what scene I was talking about that was super late at night, and then he was like, he found like the funniest thing ever. I mean, they're getting married. They're getting married. If Justin plays
What are you
that,
I kind of like, what was it about getting married? Who was that?
So it was at a specific moment, because like it was basically it was at a specific moment like in the story, and we had to go to Tartarus, and you know the Tartarus is like all gloomy moonlight and everything.
Yeah.
When the camera started from like the very top of like a building kind of thing and was coming down, and the lighting of the moon was like, it showed off this building more marbly, more white surface, and my first thought for that surface was like, oh, it's a wedding chapel, and I was like, oh, someone's getting married.
That's
like,
funny.
Obviously it's a joke, but I was just like, it looked like that. My first instant thought, and then Justin was like,
Such a late night thought. It's like, because when you said getting married, like I kind of, I was looking around to Discord and stuff, and I was thinking, like, could you have been saying that about the character Persona 3 who wears the white dress? Like,
oh yeah,
that could have been your thought as soon as you see that character with a male. You're like, they're getting married. But no, you took something that had absolutely nothing to do with wedding imagery and made it about weddings.
Yeah, no, it's straight up. It was nothing about it. My first thought was the Love Hotel boss.
Oh yeah, there is a Love Hotel scene. There's a Love Hotel in Persona 4, isn't there?
No, is that Love Hotel in Persona 5? Like, I actually
stay in a Love Hotel.
Is that Love Hotel in Persona 5? I actually do want to know this.
5? I
remember the Love Hotel actually, because I remember there was a scene in the movie at the beginning.
The
first palace.
I'm not remembering a Love Hotel in Persona 5, unless I think they made joking comment. No, that's not true. They would make joking comments about going to one in Hawaii because they don't have love hotels in Hawaii.
America doesn't have really love hotels a lot of the time, yeah.
Yeah. I've never been to one. Like I know it's a thing that like there are some foreigners who are just so fascinated by the concept of them that they'll like stay at one because they're not expensive to stay at. So like some people like, they'll just go with like platonic friends and just like make that their hotel to stay at just because they're like curious about seeing what it's like inside.
Is it actually true?
I mean, the beds are designed to be comfortable, obviously, and then I'm sure like the bathrooms are very nice too, because
but you can see through them.
Kind of like a luxury, but also cheap. So I understand why people would want to stay at those.
I'm also feeling like, because I remember like some animes and stuff like that were making jokes of it, and I was like, is it also true that you can probably hear some people through the walls? I'm just like, that's awkward.
I'm not sure. I think they're kind of meant to be like apart from each other. Like the rooms are decently spaced apart.
James, why did you have to put that face?
Because I know, like, actually, the thing about love hotels too is that like they're meant to be kind of a very anonymous
Yeah.
interaction. Like the way you check them, you check in on like the other side of a desk where you like don't even see like the staff because it's supposed to, people are supposed to feel it's like a very like private, non-judgmental experience to go stay at those. So I feel like for that reason, having not been in one of those hotels before, they probably space apart the ribs in such a way that you're not even going to like see other guests while you're there.
Mhm.
A thing I've heard about those hotels too is that like as bad as it is, like another reason for the whole like anonymity of it is that like a lot of people who go stay at those are people who are like having affairs.
Oof.
So like for that reason, it's like the
Mhm.
guests are like all apart from each other, so like nobody sees each other because a lot of people go there to be secretive.
So while we are still on Persona talk, I even asked for that day off from work. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people did too.
That's like that. I know it was like a big story in the news when Tears of the Kingdom came out because there's a phenomenon of so many people
Oh,
taking time
oh,
off work to play Zelda in the summer.
oh no! Like when Baldur's Gate came out, they actually had a like in a sense a joking paper, but it was like legit being like, I hear like people can use to sign and everything, but like, can I request this like day or week off kind of thing? And it was like a legit paper. And I follow a guy on Twitter who I met like a few years ago at like a PAX Dev event, and he's a manager of a group, right? And he posted on Twitter being like he signed a piece of paper of someone asking for time off with that piece of paper for Baldur's Gate 3, and he literally wrote in his comment being like, if you hand this to me, I will sign it, no ifs, ands, like no, with no questions asked. Like he straight up said that, and then he kept and he kept doing it for a lot of his team. I was just like, dang, that is actually respectful for that. So when Justin continues, so Amazon better deliver it and not fumble the bag like GameStop did for me twice. Oh yeah, Justin tried to order the Neo. Well, I can call them just Neo because they're both shipping together.
I actually had to order my copy of Persona 5 for the Switch online because I went to go get it. Like I just assumed that retailers would carry it in store the day it came out.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to like multiple stores like looking to buy it and none of them had it. And I was like, this is a pretty mainstream game. I'm surprised that no stores are carrying it the day of release. Then I had to like wait a bit for the game to be delivered.
Of course I know. Of course I know video game characters. It's my favorite character, Rise, from Persona 4, the idol.
All right, so it's been like a half hour.
I will talk.
Actually, I know exactly. Yeah, it's been more than a half hour.
I could talk more if you join the call, Justin, or something, or keep typing. Either way works for you if you want to talk more about it. But yes, Kyle, get some rest. I'll talk to you later. If we do play games, I'll let you know tomorrow. I do want to play a board game that I really want to get people into, but it depends on if.
Hey, you DM'd me with bored and some thinking emojis, and I thought that would happen, but I guess
I was
nobody
trying
was
to
like
make
really
it
free
happen.
tonight. So
I was trying to make it happen, but
yeah,
Chris didn't show up. Jamie is having problems, so yeah.
well, they have a child, so like it's understandable. They have 2 children, so it's understandable when
And I also texted
they
Will,
can't
and he
hang
has not
out.
messaged anything.
Yeah.
You haven't unpacked. Wait, you have a convention tomorrow? What?
Is it called Justin Con?
Justin Con, where every Justin across the nation comes named Justin.
Oh, that's like the thing in Kyle, Texas. Yeah.
Wait, is that a thing?
Oh yeah. If you Google this, if you ever heard of this, it was like this thing. I think it was last summer. Apparently, there's a city, like a decently sized city in Texas called Kyle, and so there was this thing where people named Kyle were trying to go for like the Guinness record for like the largest gathering of people with the same first name in the location. And so they just made it this thing of like a bunch of people named Kyle just like all get together for like a Kyle festival in the city of Kyle in Texas.
Why is there?
And so this is a thing that happened. Like, look this up. This actually happened last summer.
Oh, I believe you. I was like, why is there a city named Kyle though?
Could have been named after some
Also, Justin, I only pay attention to.
something.
Also, just I only pay attention to 60% of what you say. Everything else goes throughout the window.
Oh, well, that's kind of rude.
Hey, at least I listen to more than half of his sayings. Also, I don't even actually think you've talked about the anime to me directly outside of maybe your channel, which is a hit or miss if I pay attention. That's fair.
Alright, I'm going to bed. Good night.
Good night. Do.
Con.
Hmm?
Anime con.
I alluded to it. True. Probably, yeah. Okay, so let's see. What shall I play? Dark Prince, I played a little bit, so that's fine. There are 3 options I could do right now. One is continue Secret of Mana. Why did I put 2022 for that? Jesus, that is not a 2022 game. That is a 2023 game. I can do Great Ace Attorney Chronicles and maybe finish up that last section. And or I could start a new game because I can start taking out the requests. But it also depends on what Justin says. What did he say earlier? Finally hit one of my goals for the week. Oh yeah, congratulations on actually reaching one of your goals.
What goal?
Which is finishing 2 games before... Oh no, 2 other goals before Guts to Pre-3 loaded. Which I don't know what are the 2 goals actually. One of them is Duel Links related for sure, but I don't know the other one. Which he has another week to finish his other goal, so I have no idea. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, congratulations on that rank up. I'm congratulating you on that. I'm king of games, baby. And then it will reset after for the next season.
Nice. Not the greatest.
Well, yeah. I still don't like calling it. I really don't like calling it Apollo Justice Trilogy. It is not freaking Apollo Justice. Oh my god, I'm just actually just kind of more annoyed by their calling it Apollo Justice Trilogy. It's not Apollo Justice, it's not just Apollo Justice. Like, it really is not. That's why I'm just like, it's only one game that's mainly Apollo Justice. I never done it before the Grinders VR. Yeah, you were heavily focused on Duel Links for a while. I'm like, you were grinding a lot.
Oh, banana. Oh, 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 oh,
Okay, yeah, that sounds like
oh, banana.
like when a game like crashed, you know, and it just kind of loops the last sound. That was.
Oh, it'd be like,
Oh.
It's like when your game crashes, you just hear that over and over. Genshin updates Tuesday, Star Rail updates 2 weeks. You're not gonna play Star Rail because you're gonna be playing P3. Yeah, that would be true. Yeah, that's why you would be like, why you would want to do the Duel Links. Like, I genuinely think you're not gonna do much of Star Rail. You might touch it, but it's like P3 is gonna be a lot of your main focus for a while. You did, yeah. I forgot. The Lunar Year is starting. When is the Chinese? Like, when is the Lunar New Year? It's not Chinese. It's the Lunar New Year, which is also, I know, like Korea celebrates that too. Get PlayStation Plus, which is like where you can play with PS5 and stuff like that, and you apparently can still play it on an airplane as long as you have Wi-Fi. Or Or just better yet, just bring your PlayStation with you all the time. You know what's funny? I actually did that with my Wii, and I did that a lot when we were traveling to like Texas and stuff. So I got to play it during like family friends' house and family's houses, and then like and sometimes hotels. I'm not taking a plane. Oh, you're driving? Get a car with a TV on it. That's all you need to do. Or get a Tesla. You know what? You can play PlayStation on your Tesla. Next weekend. Oof. Justin's not gonna have time to play any games he wants. For a while. I'm gonna look at this. How long to beat certain games? Well, and I know the Great Ace Attorney is gonna take a lot long, but I want to look at how long is Sonic Heroes. That's 12 hours. So I could beat that in like a few sessions, maybe even 3. And then there is Secret of Mana. I beat like the first major boss, which was a lot shorter than I expected. Why is the 2018 version shorter than the 1993 version? What the heck? I don't know. Justin, how do you feel? Do you feel like you're gonna be want me to play some Ace Attorney, or do you want me to play something else? Because doesn't mean I have to be on call. It just means like, do you want to have me play it or not? Because I don't know if you're gonna be awake enough or not, and blah blah blah. But then again, you have mentioned that your sleep schedule has been whoosh out the window a few times. So that's mine. Oh, Secret of Mana is on Switch. I just took a like, I'm good. I want to see Herlock. James is Herlock. James, are you Herlock?
Hmm?
You're Herlock, right?
I don't. What is who? Sherlock Holmes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It took me a moment. I was like, hmm.
Oh, you know what? I did beat the first part. I remember I saved that case, but now I'm going into the second case. That's what it was. Herlock Sholmes. That GIF I just posted is definitely the fan translation of the 3DS one. Because they say Sherlock Holmes. I'm just looking through my messages. Give me a moment. I'm doing my dailies now. Alright, let's see. Oh, I need to get the game. Justin's asking me for a game that I don't have inside my Switch. Make me actually move for once. It's called exercising. Ugh. I don't remember. What was the Case 2's title? Because we saw a brief moment of it. Well, this is something I wasn't expecting. Apparently, when you select the venture, when I was trying to read the title of said thing, and I'm just like, that actually shows you, like, everything. I mean everything. Was not expecting that. I didn't read the titles clearly, so just don't worry about it. I was just like, I was not expecting I could select episode 5. Of all things. I thought it would be like Ace Attorney where you can like, it will unlock and you will only unlock once you play through the game, but I'm just like, you can go straight to the end if you really wanted to.